Hey everybody, welcome to the Mountain Gamer and welcome to the continuation of my epic playthrough of the War campaign for this War of Mine and the Days of the Siege expansion. Now, if you followed me all the way through Act 1, which was, I think, 2.5 hours long or something, well, good for you. Because we're jumping right into Act 2. We're actually doing Act 2A, Among Friends, because I believe that, the choices we made in the first act led us to this. In the first act, basically, if we had betrayed Mirza, which was, this band of rebels that were occupying our place, if we had betrayed these guys, we'd be doing Act 2B, and I think it's called Among Enemies or something like that. But we had, sort of befriended them. We got along with them a little bit. And Mirza became this colonel now. And he's going to be able to help us throughout this act and stuff like that. So anyway, let's jump into it right now. Now, as far as the setup goes, I went through what you need to do and, get rid of stuff and all that. Basically, they had me keep only a value of maximum 20 of stuff in our storage. So I had some alcohol, if you remember that, so I decided to jettison that and keep the hatchet and all this good stuff, because the alcohol was 10. So right now, if you've got 10 plus this is 12, it's 22, it's too much. So I get rid of the 10 and now I've got the hatchet. We've got the map here that we had from last time. These represent Mirza's help, and this news token should not be there. Actually, it's going to come out later. So let's look at the flavor text right now. Let's jump into it. Act 2A, Among Friends. It's a new day and a new order. New people have taken control over the city. These are big changes for those in high places. For us, hiding in sewers and basements, they mean very little. We still fight for scraps and still try to avoid people with guns who want to take everything from us. We are slowly losing hope that this nightmare will ever end. You can feel something in the air. The Grozny troops retreated from Pogoren, but they're close, right there at a howitzer's range. People say different things, but we know very well that they'll be back. The rebels are frantically trying to secure their positions. Who will win? It doesn't matter to us. The next time they engage in battle, they will burn this whole city to the ground, and we will be the charred corpses underneath. Our last hope is the newly set up safe zone. It is located in the outskirts to the east of Pogoren. From one side, it is guarded by the freedom fighters, from the other, by the peacekeeping forces. Doctors, journalists, and people from outside visit it, and for now, the Grozny haven't breached its borders. As for us, we have nothing to complain about after all. It's finally our time. Recently promoted Colonel Mirza owes us something, and we can, and will, take advantage of it. If we had denounced him, he'd probably be dead by now. But look at him. His men's contribution to damaging the North Bridge and cutting off the Grozny reinforcements has resulted in his promotion. That bastard is doing great. They've made him responsible for supplies and logistics, everything that might save our lives. We must use this opportunity before lean days come. Okay, so we've got a list of additional Act 2A items. I've put this on the side over there. Don't need to worry about that right now. In the setup changes, it says to prepare the decks and to construct the event deck. I did that. Okay, so we have basically an ending event, 4 events, a special event, and a starting event. And this has been randomized, so there are still in the box that are not in the game. So next time if I play, I might see some different stuff. Next it says here, and this is pretty interesting, draw 1 character. Take the character cards, shuffle them, and draw the first black bordered card. If you have less than 4 characters in the shelter, this character joins the group. But I do have 4. And it says otherwise, you may choose any character from the group and exchange them for the character just drawn. Remove the exchanged character from the game and put all their states in the box. If you do not wish the newly drawn character to join this group, shuffle them back in the character's deck. Now, if I draw somebody new, they'll come in with hunger, misery, and fatigue at 1. Oh yeah, one more thing. When I was setting up for this, they basically said, take all of your characters, keep all their states as is, except for fatigue. Basically, it said put them all at fatigue 1, which I did. So now, the reason this is interesting is because, if you remember correctly, well, this is how my last game ended, except for fatigue, but now, as I said, it's at 1. But my big problem here is I ended the game with Anton at wounds 3. So I'm thinking, let's chance it. Let's draw someone. And if I like this person, if they're cool, if they have a good ability and stuff like that, well, then I could basically get rid of Anton. He would go home and live his life wounded. But at least the person who would come in would be at 1-1 and no wounds, right? But they'd have misery 1, but that's that's easy to deal with, basically. So I'm thinking, let's do that. Let's, go through these, well, not go through, but let's pick a character at random here. It says the first black bordered character. Okay, Boris, he's red. Bruno. Okay, what does Bruno do? Well, Bruno here, prowess of 1, which is, we can compare here, basically. Right? Prowess of 1, prowess of 0. Empathy 7, empathy 2. A very low empathy is always better than a high one. Okay? He has a special ability called Voila. You may sacrifice one of Bruno's actions during the day actions phase to roll the black die. On 6 to 1, add a vegetable. On 6 to 10, add 1 vegetable to the storage. This is a bit of gambling. And you do waste an action, but that's not too bad, right? Yeah, okay. He's got an inventory of 3, same thing as Anton, and it says here, look at his spirit. Let's put him side by side here. So spirit A, Anton was all about books in the storage and lowering his misery. This was actually good. Him, it's discard 1 cigarette from the storage or raises misery by 1. Cigarettes right now, we have Arika and Roman. Both these guys need cigarettes. So now I'd have 3 people who need cigarettes, which is kind of a bummer. And Spirit A is what happens most of the time. Then it would be B, and then lastly, very, very lastly, would be C. So B here is, if Bruno is hungry at 2 or 3, raises misery by 1. Same thing with him. If Anton is hungry 2 or 3, he raises illness by 1. So, okay, this is the same. Who gives a crap? And then here, if Bruno is wounded, raises misery by 1. And if Anton is wounded, raises wounds by 1. Okay, so this guy has basically 2 ways of getting wounded, of getting misery up. But this guy has a cascade of wounds. If he's got 1, he's going to raise him by 1. So he's awful, basically. I know I'm going to have to get more cigarettes, but I do like the low empathy. And I like the fact that he's coming in without wounds. So you know what? We're going to say goodbye to Anton. Na. Goodbye, Anton. Yeah, I think that's going to happen. Okay, so I'm going to change this guy for this guy. And now let's keep looking at the setup. So, okay, let's say we do that. Then, starting stuff, place these on the storage space. Oh yeah, one more thing I forgot. When I was cleaning up the storage, as per the rules, they told me to remove all the water, the wood, and the components, which is a bummer, but, I did that. Okay, so starting stuff, place these on the storage space. 3 water, 2 vegetable, it's pretty good, and any other tokens worth 15 or less. And you can place up to 2 weight tokens on 2 eligible fitting cards. That's pretty cool. Because I've got a deadfall trap. Because I can put a weight token on that, for sure. So way up there, I'm going to put a weight token on my deadfall trap. Okay, yeah. You see, the deadfall trap needs a chems. But I can go get a chems with this total here and put a weight token. Okay, I'll just keep that in mind. I'll put it with my storage here so I know what I'm doing. All right, so let me think about what tokens I want, and then we'll come back. All right, I did some thinking. Now, this is what they told me to get first. So 2 vegetables and 3 water. And now, as for my stuff that's worth 15, I'm going to do this for 10. And then this for another 3, so 13. And 2 chems here for 15. Now, I'm getting, well, this I'm getting because I want to use the deadfall trap a few times, right? This is self-explanatory. I want to give all these people food later on. And then these 2 things here, that's because I want to try to build, eventually, a rainwater collector. And you need those 2 things, as well as 5 components and 2 wood, which I don't have. But this is good, because it would actually enable me to, maybe get some water every once in a while, instead of lugging it around all the time after scavenging. Okay, so that's that. I feel pretty good about that. I've replaced Bruno here, basically. Well, I've replaced Anton with Bruno, so there he is with his stats. And then, if we look at this stuff here, special scenario items, or scenario special items, it says search map locations deck for the military outpost card. I've put that on the side. Place the story character deck for Colonel Mirza, the rebel officer. Place this card face up next to the map above District 4. Place a favor token on space 1 of the favor track on his card. You may interact with him as described on his card. I've got this over on the map. We'll go check it out later. Well, actually, let's look at this right now. This is the Colonel Mirza card here. Military Outpost. Okay. Don't bother me again. You may return 4 exploration cards to, when scavenging in District 4, to resolve a favor or use Mirza's backing. Okay, we have a lot of Mirza's backings, but we don't know what they do. It's kind of weird that I would just choose to do this. I guess we could go read it just before, but anyway. So this is at step 1 here. So if we go to District 4, we return 4 cards, and we can do this, I guess, to resolve a favor. But a favor for what, right? I don't know. And then I guess once you read this, this will go down here. So I don't know. So we'll see. We'll see. So I'll put him over District 4, which is the military outpost. Next, we've got here, place the North Bridge token on the upper bridge on the map so that the artwork on both component overlays. I've done that. Basically, the bridge seems to be busted, okay? So this is the token. All right, see the bridge is sort of busted here. Now, this was a bridge that we could go between the military outpost and the church, but now there's this busted bridge here. So I don't know what that's going to do, but it's on the map. Place the media coverage token on space 2 of the media coverage track. That's basically this thing over here. So we'll put the media coverage here. Place the safe zone marker in District 6. I did that. It looks like a little tent, and it's over on the stadium. I'll show you all of that. Place 1 white soldier in District 4, 1 white soldier District 8. I did that. Place the Dawn face card face up on the Warfate deck. That's basically this thing here, right? And for Act 2, we're going to be reading this at the end of each Warfate phase, basically. And then it says, flip this sheet and read all the rules. Yeah, there you go. And we will begin Act 2 among friends from the morning phase by drawing and resolving the top starting Event 2 card from the event deck. Classic stuff. All right, so scenario objective, you must fulfill the requirements from the final act objective. Now, the final act objective is the same as it always is. It's survive. At least 2 characters you had in the group at the beginning of this act, so any 2 from my 4, basically, must survive with each state at 2 or less. Fatigue is ignored. So that's what we got to do. Changes in rules. Map encounters. Resolve during movement. Viceni rebels, the white soldiers. So when we encounter these guys, roll the gray combat die. The characters present may use their collective prowess for each soldier miniature encountered on your way to the chosen district. On your way. For each fist icon shown, distribute 1 fatigue among the characters present. Any undistributed fatigue turns into wounds. Okay. Even if all characters have 4 fatigue, they may still resolve the whole scavenging run as normal. Okay, so as you move, you could wind up with 4 fatigue, but you keep going. Resolve the script from the fatigue token once the scavenging party returns to the shelter in the dawn phase. Okay, that's classic stuff. Special tokens. The following tokens might be used during this act. See the back of the rule book of the War Campaign reference sheet for the detailed description. So let's first look at these 4 and then we'll see what they do. So we've got the North Bridge token, the Safe Zone marker, which is in District 6, the Stadium, the Ruins token, and the Media Coverage token. So maybe we look at this thing. So see the Bridge token here. It says, is placed on the map so that it covers the upper bridge. Yep. In order to cross it, scavenging parties must return the number of exploration cards shown, 2 or 1. Okay, so it's 2. And they cannot end their movement on it. Makes sense? As it is not considered a location or a district, no scavenging actions or exploration can be resolved there. Thematically, makes sense. Soldiers ignore this token when moving, as if the token was not placed on the map. Okay. Then what we had here, we had the Safe Zone marker. Okay, so see Shelter marker and Safe Zone marker. They indicate the districts in which the shelter and the area where Pogoren inhabitants can mingle with people from outside the city are located. District 10 with Plundered Old Town in Act 1 and District 6 in Act 2 respectively. Okay, it doesn't tell me anything else. I guess we'll have an event card that says, while at the shelter, well, while at the safe zone, read blah, blah, blah. Okay. Then we've got the ruins and the news. The ruins, okay, there's a big bit here. So ruins is placed on a district to show that a given area has been badly damaged. When a ruins token is placed on a district, remove from the game one chosen location situated in this district, thus taking its location space on the board. And discard all exploration tokens from a map location situated there. From now on until the end of the game, the starting noise for the district is lowered to 1. Additionally, the discover new location scavenging action performed in such a district costs 9 instead of 6. Okay, I think I understand this. So basically, if ever the game puts one of these things on a district, we're going to have to lose a location, like a location card, basically, and just throw it away. Okay, we'll get to that when we get to that. And then the news media coverage thing here. It says news media coverage is moved up and down the media coverage track to show how the international community perceives the situation in Pogoran. Okay, all right, interesting stuff. Okay, so what else do we got here? Okay, we've got the media coverage track. If the media coverage token moves to a highlighted space for the first time in the game, resolve the corresponding script at the end of the dawn phase. Okay, so it starts at 2, so highlighted. We've got these, okay, the red ones. That's good. We've got place Mirza's backing tokens from Act 1 here. We will. See Colonel Mirza's card to check how to use them. Okay. Over here it says, after you have resolved the dawn phase of the last day. Okay, let's not even take care of that. Safe zone is in District 6. Okay, it doesn't tell me what to do with it. Exploration encounters. Soldier patrol Viceni rebels, white soldiers. Okay. So it says here, you have to resolve an encounter with white soldiers when exploring a location in a district with a white soldier, and one of the following conditions is met. You draw the Soldier Patrol Exploration card from the Unknown deck. Okay, yeah, I forgot we had that. So in the Unknown deck, I guess there's one of those, right? Is there? Is there? Yes, there is. I've never stumbled upon that. But okay, so if you're exploring and you're somewhere with a white soldier and you draw that card, I mean, that's a lot of ands. Okay, or you roll for noise and obtain a result that is equal to or less than the current noise. Equal to or less. Well, usually you draw resonance cards. In this case, do not draw any cards from the resonance deck and resolve this encounter instead. But again, you have to be in a space with a soldier. That's going to be tough to remember. Ooh, okay. In both situations, set the noise marker to 1 and draw a card from the colors deck, then resolve the matching result described below. Okay, so if I'm there and I make some noise and I end up meeting one of these guys, I just draw a card from the colors deck, which is basically the same as rolling a die. Because see, it says if it's black, raise noise by 3. If it's gray, draw and resolve the top card from the resonance deck. Okay, according to normal rules. Red is they open fire, roll the red combat die. The characters present may use their collective prowess and distribute wounds among the characters present. Ugh. Green, nothing happens. Blue, they've turned us into training bags. Ugh. Distribute 2 fatigue among the characters present. Okay, I guess punching bags is training bags. I thought they were going to shoot us like meat sacks. Okay, so we'll see about all that. And then the last thing here, scavenging phase. During the scavenging phase, there's one additional scavenging action available. And it says visit the safe zone. Okay, safe zone in District 6. When scavenging in District 6, you may return 6 exploration cards to wait in the queue, or discard any tokens with a total value of 5 or more from the findings pile to bribe the guards to look around the safe zone. Okay, so you either wait or you bribe. Okay, fine, and then you will look around the safe zone. If this is the first time you do it, you see H148 before you resolve any other scripts connected with the safe zone. Otherwise, see below for other possible choices. During one visit, you can only resolve one of the following. Oh, I like that. If you have any jewelry, if you have story token 1, 4, 5, or 6, well, we don't. I mean, we have the map from before, and it's number 2. So, yeah, that doesn't talk about that. Now, as far as these tokens go, they're part of this whole shebang here. Story tokens 6 to 10 have been put aside because we might use them or get them. See? 1, 4, 5, 6. Oh, it says 1, 4, 5, 6, but it's only 6 to 10. What? Okay, so I don't know, man. I don't know. Funky stuff is going to happen. Okay, so I'm going to put this over on the side here with the news on step 2, I believe. Yeah, exactly that. And we'll put all of the Mirza's backing down here, and we'll put, for now, the map here on this story thing. Okay, cool. Let's set this up. All right, before we get going, I think it's worth some time to look at the map here, because I don't know about you guys, but for me personally, it's been, I think, 6 months since I've finished Act 1. I took a long break from doing videos, and I'm just back now. So let's just look at the map, see what's going on, okay? First of all, let's actually look at these 3 things here, right? We've got the Ruined Cafe, which is red. So that means the Ruined Cafe is here in the church district. But also, there's things at the bottom here. For example, the church. Okay, so that means that in the church district, you have access to the church, because it bears the same name, but also you have access to the Ruined Cafe that I just showed you up top. Right, so Ruined Cafe red. Now, it doesn't have an exploration token, one of these things, on it. So that means that basically this location, there's nothing there anymore, right? Like, I believe I could go there. I mean, I can still go in the district, right, to do some stuff, pick up some wood or whatever. But this location is basically nothing now. I can't go through the exploration deck when I go there. So that I'm going to have to replace that, I guess. Now we got the blue in here, Shelled Cottage, which is over here. And there is some stuff in there. The green, construction site, and that's over here. So yeah, so I think I might actually change that one. But I mean, for now, we can still pillage or explore those 2 locations, which is pretty good. And as far as the locations that are specific to the map, like the ones that are named like the map, we've got the main station, which I can explore, the church, which is empty, military outpost, empty, city hospital, empty, plundered old town. Well, that's where we live. We can always go there to do stuff. Now, the thing with these 3 is, I mean, you can't go there to explore, but you can go there to trade, right? Same thing here. And you can go there to heal and to trade. So all this is still good stuff. It's just that when you go there, you know that you won't be able to go through this deck. But, you go there with a purpose in mind and you accomplish that purpose. And there you go. And then just so you get a scope of the insanity of this thing, well, this is all the rest of the stuff, right? This is the act sheet and all the tokens and everything that you need. Well, not everything that you need. That's actually on the side over there. This table is a Costco table. It's 7 feet long or something like that. Probably 6. And it's full, okay? I crap you not. Anyway, so now that all of this is in place and we know all of this good stuff, let's actually draw the starting event and see what it is. Now, this is going to be my coal. I don't use coal tokens. I use a die. So right now it's at 0. I'm not too sure what's going to happen. But here we go with the starting event. So this says, add 3 to the cold space, food giveaways. I like me some food giveaways. So 3 to the cold space. Let's put that over there. I think this is worth it to see my dog act like an idiot. So, what are you doing? Now what he's actually doing is wiping his face because he just finished eating something. Okay, hey. Good boy. So this thing here, food giveaways. Ooh, 2 canned food. CH7, add 2 canned food to the storage. Place this on the Night Raids deck. At the beginning of the next Night Raids phase, first resolve H134. Right. Place this card face down at the top of the time track after resolving H134. So this is going to take up a space on the time track, and that's up top of the map, these 3 spaces with cards that sort of slide down. Okay, so let's go read H7. Well, first of all, let's go grab our canned food. Now, you see, if I had known this, I wouldn't have grabbed so many vegetables, but hey. So, 2 canned food in the storage. We look out onto the street suspiciously. You never know what to expect. When we hear the sound of a car engine, we consider running away. Yet, we wait nonetheless. A white civilian pickup is coming our way. There's an improvised steel rack on the back where a machine gun can be mounted, but it's empty now. The car is driving slowly. 2 rebels are escorting it. We can hear them shout, "Food! We have food for you! Come one at a time!" It sounds like a trap, but we keep watching and see one of our neighbors approach them and collect a huge package. We go to the front of the house, carefully approaching the bearded soldiers. We collect a box of canned food without a word. We bring supplies into the house. Let's try not to get ecstatic. On the other hand, getting food hasn't been that easy for many days. Add 2 canned food to the storage. Back to game. Okay, well, I mean, for now, that's pretty good. But now I'm like, I'll put it on the night raids, but my feeling is somebody's going to come back for that food, or somebody's going to be raiding. If we have food in the storage, I think somebody's going to come and eat it or beat us up for it or something, for sure. Okay, so this was the event. We got 3 cold up there. So now, yeah, let's jump into it with our actions. And yeah, by the way, the game did not tell me to get rid of my narrative action cards that I had from last game, basically. They didn't say. So maybe we look at those right now just to make sure what I have here. So we got Handyman, play at any time. Automatically exchange a broken item for its fully functional equivalent without using any resource tokens. Oh man, I should have done that. Yeah, maybe should have gotten a guitar or something. Huh. Okay, well, we'll see for later. Yeah, too bad. Okay. We've got Dead On here. Play during any combat or during your backstab if you are wielding a hatchet to automatically kill an enemy. I don't usually do this. I try to run away from a fight all the time. Or play during the night raid phase if the character on guard duty has a hatchet, and they will because we have one. Automatically ignore a night raid card. That's amazing. Okay, and resourceful, play when crafting any fitting. Ignore the requirement for one of the resource/token types. I should have read these cards before I did my choices for my resources. But hey, all right, so before we keep going, I actually forgot. They told me that I could put some weight token on some fittings. But here's the thing. They didn't say you could put any weight tokens with other stuff. Put weight tokens. I guess like the rainwater collector, you could just put a weight token and that'd be that. Yeah, I think that's what they mean. Okay, so I'm not going to be able to put a weight token on my deadfall trap because they didn't say put a weight token and a resource. So I'm gonna play it super duper fair here. But what I was about to say was let's look at what we have in the house for now, right? So we've got a deadfall trap and it's actually improved. So if we put a chems or a raw food, which, no, and a weight token here, well, now we've got a +3 on our roll. So we can get actually raw food. We've got the workshop here. So with the workshop, we can make board ups, but we can't because we actually have 3 in the house right now. We can make parts. So we can make mechanical parts or electrical parts. We can make filters. We can repair the guitar. Then we've got the simple heater that's been upgraded to an efficient heater. So basically now, if we burn a wood or a book, we increase heat by 2, which is really, really cool. We've got 2 beds here. That's pretty good. And that is all for now. And as far as all this stuff down here, I don't know if I'm going to bother with that because you need to build a saw blade just to get rid of this. Then you can search the furniture. Then you need to build a shovel just to get through this. I mean, you could do it with characters, but it takes like 2 characters per action. And this is twice, right? I think it's 2 actions and then another 2 actions, which is ridiculous. And this is just to clear that. To get to the heap, it's just, seems like a huge waste of time for me, so I don't think I'm going to do it. All right, so enough talking. Let's jump into the game proper. And wow, I just noticed when my dog was wiping his face, he actually tore through this sheet. Nice going, ding dong. Yeah, good thing you're adorable, you dumbass. I mean, this is a crap sheet. It's there, just for the dog. But what the hell, man? What's wrong with you, bro? Yeah. All right, so here's my plan, okay, for this first action of the first day. What I want to be doing is hopefully build either a chair, which would lower everyone's misery by 1 as soon as we make it. And then afterwards, if there's you roll a die on 6 to 10, you lower everybody's misery by 1. But if there's a book in the storage, add +2 to the roll. And we have a book in the storage. Yes, we do, right here. So maybe try and build this. This is 1 component and 2 wood, so it's not too bad. But also I want to build a rainwater collector because water, again, takes up a lot of space when you move from the scavenging back to the house. So I want to try to do that. And I can actually do that, I think, rather easily with the resourceful card here. So I can ignore one type of resource or token. So, maybe ignore the components because it's 5 components. So all this being said, what I'm going to do first is I think I'm going to send everyone to poke about. Now, some of you might be thinking, hey, you know what? If you lowered some hunger, let's say you eat a canned food right away, you could lower the hunger completely. But then you still have only 2 actions because of the goddamn fatigue. One way you could do this would be to... No, not even. Like if he eats this and this goes down to 0, he still has 2 actions. So even if his first action... hold on. If his first action, her first action is to go sleep, she would remove all this. And now essentially she would have 3 actions. So the first would be to sleep, and then she'd have 2 more. But it's still just 2... I mean, it's getting rid of this, right? But it's still just 2 actions of stuff that I want to do. The first one gets rid of fatigue. The 2 others are 2 others that I probably would have done anyway. So, all that being said, you know what? I'm just going to jump into it. I'm going to do my actions. Yeah. So let's send them all to Pokeabout, like all of them, basically. Because I want some good results. So I'll roll 4 times. So number 1, that's a 2. Okay, let's just stack it up. So 2 here would be a thing. Ooh, 8. That'd be 3 things. And then a 4, that would be a thing. And then lastly, that's a 2. That'd be another thing. So we have 6 things that we can bring back. Okay, so let's say 6 things. I mean, you always need wood, right? So let's get some wood. Let's say for the chair here, 2 wood and 1 component. So that's 3 things. And then let's do 4 or 5. We'll ignore the components. Then I have just 1 more thing that I can get, and I'll get an extra wood, right? So that's 6 things. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This I'll probably end up burning in the heater. But for now, this is pretty good. Okay, so all this would be in my storage. Then the second action could be I could build these 2 things, actually. Now, I would also like to activate the deadfall trap up there, but I feel like I've got enough food for now. So, yeah, I think I'm okay with that. Okay, so second action, well, actually, I could do all of that, yeah. Because I could send 1 person, because they all have 2 actions. So I could send just anyone, like basically Katsia could go over here, let's say to build a chair. All right, so she'll use this. So she's going to be building the chair. This is gone. We could have this guy build the rainwater collector. I'm going to put it up here. I just feel like it should be higher up. So this is going to be gone. So I will be using the resourceful here to ignore. Okay, I'm going to be paying 2 wood, but I'll ignore the 5 components, and I will still have to pay this and this, okay? So resourceful is gone. So is this wood and these things. Then I guess, I think I'm going to go send him to lower the heat a little bit. Well, I mean, right now coal is at 3, and we have 3 board ups, so I don't even need to burn this. So let's not do that. Let's send someone to put food in the deadfall trap. Yeah, put a chems in the deadfall trap. I mean, why not? So this is off screen, but you know the drill. And then this last guy here, maybe he'll just go to Pokeabout. Yeah, why not? Okay, so Pokeabout. Now I say this guy, and this is Arika, of course. All right, so poking about, and it's a 3, which is a thing. I'm guessing a wood. Yeah. All right, and let's build these things. So when you build the chair, it says after crafting the chair for the first time, lower all characters' misery by 1. I'll put it over here. There we go. Okay, so everybody's misery by 1. This is good. I mean, it's not, anything catastrophic, but at least we've got 0 misery now, which, having no misery in your life is always a good thing. Then we'll flip this thing over here. Ah, you see, I would have needed another action, basically. So now I can't use the rainwater collector. I just built the damn thing. Yeah. Okay, too bad. And then this guy was taking care of the cams up there with the deadfall trap, and she built the chair. So now it's time to eat and drink, or the dusk phase, as they call it. So drinking is optional, but if you don't drink, you either raise hunger or misery. So, I mean, they're all the same, but some of these people really don't like to be hungry, so let's check it out. I think these 2 guys. No, this guy. Yeah, just this guy. Okay, so you know what? He's going to drink, and then let's see whose misery can go up easily. Coffee, cigarette. I have all of that, so, I mean, it's basically a crapshoot right now. So, look, let's check out level 2 here. If any character in the group is wounded at level 3, I have to resist misery. That's not going to happen right now, so he can maybe skip that. If there's a guitar in the storage, that's good. If she's wounded at 2 or 3, raise her misery. Okay, that's not going to happen. And if there's a guitar in storage, lower 1. I should really build a guitar eventually. But look, this is what's going to happen. They are going to drink, right? Okay, so they're drinking, they're fine. But this guy here has to roll a die. So 1 to 5, it's hunger, and the rest is misery. Nope. Okay, wow, okay, misery. Okay, well, all in all, not, the end of the world. And then they got to eat. Again, nothing is too bad here. I mean, even like this stuff, right? Do I just do this and get rid of their hunger, right? Because this lowers it by 2. Now, I know I could take this thing to go trading for stuff, but honestly, I don't feel that I need to trade for anything unless I go trade, let's say this thing here for another hatchet or something like that. But the areas where you can trade for red tokens are pretty rare. So no, my gut feeling is let's just eat this stuff. Yeah, let's just eat this stuff. And then of course we can put a vegetable here just to stabilize this guy, and a vegetable here to stabilize her. Now, eating multiple vegetables, as you know, will not lower your hunger. It really just keeps it the way it is. So I think that's going to be that, really. Yep. Okay, so this goes away. All right, that's it. And now we have to decide what we're going to do. Now, the thing is, because I'm not really missing anything, I don't know how many people I really need to send outside, right? All right, since we don't need a lot of stuff to survive, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to put 2 people on guard duty. I'm going to put Roman with his trusty hatchet because that is awesome. And I think I'll put Bruno as well because he's got... oh, no, hold on. I think Arika, because she has a prowess of 2. So if anything, she can help to re-roll. So these guys are going to help defend the place. So this raises their fatigue to 2. And I think I'll take these 2 guys just to go over on the map to see what the safe zone is all about, okay? Because we have no special missions to do, anything like that, and we're not... I mean, I say we're not running out of food, but I mean, we've eaten. I just hope this doesn't bite us in the butt afterwards because we've eaten the food or whatever. But yeah, we do have vegetables later that we can give these guys, and if anything, these guys can go a little bit hungry or whatever. I don't know what's going to happen, but hey. I'm bringing these guys to the map, and with them, we can bring stuff to trade if ever. Yeah, we can bring all of this, because all of this doesn't weigh anything. So you know what? I will. So I'll take all of this good stuff onto the map. Yeah, let's do that. So their fatigue as well will raise to 2. All right, let's do this. Okay, so my characters start here at the plundered old town, which is where our house is. I've put their stuff over here in the findings pile. So essentially, when you start doing anything, you got to follow these steps at the bottom here. So it says, prepare the unknown deck, draw 16 exploration cards. And now, as a reminder, I've written down here that if I remove 9 from this deck, it makes 16, because I was tired of counting all the way up to 16. So here we go. All right. So this is my deck of 16 cards. Now, when I start moving around, I've got to discard some cards. So here, because I leave here, I got to discard 1. If I go by here, another 2. And then by here, another 3. I could go by the top, but there's no reason to do that because I would maybe run into this guy. And it's the same amount of cards. So I'll get rid of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so get rid of 6 cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then... oh yeah, that's the thing though. How many cards do you discard to visit this place? You see, I just checked the rules on the side here, and it says to visit the safe zone. When you scavenge in District 6, you can return 6 exploration cards to wait in the queue. But the thing is, I also want to discard some cards to bring back some water, at least 4 water, right? So 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's say this is water. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I could do this to wait in a queue, but we do have an inventory of 3 with these guys. So with my 4 water, I could bring back, let's say, 2 more things. Let's say wood or components or something. So now I'd be stuck with 4 cards, and I need 6 to visit the safe zone. But it also says that you can bribe people with tokens of value 5 or more. But I mean, do I want to do that? 5 or more? That seems very steep. So maybe for this turn, we just keep these 4 cards for the water, and we do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Because I don't want to give away any of these tokens. I'm going to need my vegetables. I'm going to need this stuff. So yeah, let's just do it that way. And then on the thing here, it says the first time you visit the safe zone, you got to read something. You got to read H148. So let's do that. People in our neighborhood talked that the rebels allowed peacekeeping forces to create a humanitarian aid center in the city outskirts. They called it a safe zone. Apparently, one can get there some medicines, food, make a call. It's hard to believe, but one of our neighbors went there to check it out. They're here, he confirmed, nodding his head when we questioned him feverishly. But don't get overexcited. There are maybe a few dozen outsiders, almost no bright helmets, but also a lot of rebels. They keep watch so that peacekeepers won't help anyone too much. A few days later, we've decided to go there personally. Now we are standing and looking around. There's a queue to the doctor's post, but it's not long. There are only 8 people before us. Nearby, a group of freedom fighters is sitting under a cafe umbrella on old chairs, acquired from some abandoned house. They look at us, obviously bored. One of them is cleaning his rifle, another is eating meat from a can with a knife, and the next one is questioning people in the queue and letting them through. The so-called safe zone is a concrete square behind the stadium, which used to serve as a big parking lot. A solitary white APC with no weapons is standing there. There are 6 foreign soldiers in clean uniforms next to it. They have rifles, which look like shiny toys. A bit further, there are also 3 off-road vehicles, a medic's tent, and some guys distributing canned food and bottles with clean water. He has only a few packs of it. We know how many people live in our city. It's like a drop in the ocean. Some journalists and photographers in helmets and bulletproof vests are wandering among the visitors. They take pictures, sometimes record something on a voice recorder. They are closely watched by the rebels patrolling the square. At one point, they approach us. "Do you live here?" asks one of them. He's clean-shaven, young, and energetic. We nod. Where else would we live? "We know what the rebels are doing in the city, but we have no proof. If you find something out, let us know," he says. We ask him why we should put ourselves in danger. "If we tell the world about you, this war will surely be over soon," the stranger persuades us. We nod, unconvinced. Then he talks to us for a few minutes about the events of the night of the Viceni attack and disappears when 2 rebels approach us. We finally have a moment to rest and look for help. Advance the media coverage token by 1 space. Add 1 chosen token to the findings pile, a bandage, a meds, or a raw meat. Wow. You cannot resolve any other scripts connected with story tokens during your first visit in the safe zone. Okay, back to game. And what they mean by that is, if you have any story tokens, you read some other stuff, but they say we can't do that right now. And anyway, we don't have any of those. 1, 4, 5, 6, we have none of that. So right now, we have to pick between... Well, first of all, they said to move that 1, right? So let's move this 1. So that's okay. And then we pick between a bandage, a meds, or a raw meat. Okay, let's check this out. And now you see, they say raw meat, but I think it's raw food, because that's all you can get, actually. I cannot take a raw food. I mean, I could, but the thing is, I wanted to keep 4... Oh, I know, I've got an inventory of 6. So I could. So this would be my 4 water, but this would be like 5. I could do this. But then I'm like, okay, meds or bandages. I don't need meds. I don't need bandages. Now, the thing is, meds is when you get ill, and you get ill usually when the cold is too cold. But I feel like we've got a good handle on that because we've got 3 board ups, which, always drops it down by 3, and we've got this improved efficient heater. So I feel like we're not going to get ill anytime soon unless something horrible happens, which, it never does in this game. So I'm like, maybe bandages just in case. Because do we need raw food? I mean, if we look at this here, let's say at the beginning of the next turn, I've only got 2 vegetables. So I could do veg, which would stabilize, and then these guys will go to hunger level 1, which is not the end of the world because, hunger level 1 is still 3 actions, if ever. So, yeah. My gut tells me that we don't need the food. That's what my gut tells me. I know we always do. You could argue that you always need the food, and yes, you do need the food. Maybe we do that? Okay, I mean, nobody's wounded. All right, screw it. I love how I'm contradicting myself constantly. Okay, so I'm going to put a raw food here in the findings on top. And now as part of the scavenging actions, talking to the safe zone, that was part of it as well. You can also do look around, which I won't do. Discover new location, that costs 6 cards. I can't do that. Forage for resources, that's what we're going to do. So it's 1 resource per card. So 1, 2, 3, 4. And I'm going to do, oh, that's all I got. Yeah, 4. I'll get 4 water. So over here. And then the rest you can do is use special location ability, which I did. Location special ability, which I did. And we could resolve a token effect or a card effect or something, which we don't have. So that's pretty much it. We can't do any more stuff because we don't have any more cards here. So I couldn't say, oh, I'm going to explore something. But is there even something to explore? This is the stadium location or area, District 6. And in District 6, yeah, we have nothing. We don't have any of those little flags over there. And in the actual locations at the bottom of the map, we don't have anything that says stadium. So that's it. So our scavenging essentially is done. So right now we're going to do the night raids phase. And as we do the night raids phase, we have to read this thing here because it says, place this cards on night raids deck at the beginning of the next night raids phase. First resolve H134. So we're going to do that. All right, H134. And as I suspected, this game has come to bite us in the butt. The door to our shelter bursts open. A corpulent man walks inside. He's holding a small, old pistol in his outstretched hand. 2 more men follow him. They have bags on their shoulders. Some cans are visible through thin linen. They're the same as ours. "Did you get some chow from the Liberation Uprising, huh?" asks the fat one. And we have 2 choices. We have nothing, or we politely go for the cans or anything they might like. Discard 2 canned food, which is the ones that we were given, or any tokens with a total value of 35 or more from the storage. Whoa. Well, I mean, we have nothing. Everything is in the findings pile over there. I mean, we have the hatchet, but 35. I can't do 35. So I got to say, we have nothing. H242. I mean, these guys are going to kick our ass for sure, right? You see, we should have kept the canned food. This game gives and this game takes away. All right, we got 242 here at top. Not too long to read. Yeah, sure. The fat one comes closer and strikes one of us with a pistol. "I'll shoot all of you, you scum!" he shouts, waving the gun around. We decide to give our supplies after all. Discard 2 canned food or any tokens with a value of 35. I can't. I don't have it. Or we reach for our weapons. 5, 7, 6. Oh my god. I mean, at least we've got a hatchet, but Jesus. So we have no choice. We have to fight. 5, 7, 6. Christ. Okay, up top here, 5, 7, 6. We fall upon them like rabid animals. Our lives depend on that food. Choose 1 character on the guard space to suffer 1 wound. You see, I should have kept the bandages. Then search the Night Raid's deck for the Rugged Hoodlums card and resolve it according to normal rules for the Night Raid phase. Remember to resolve a normal Night Raids card afterward. Wait, what? So I have to give someone a wound, fine. Then I'll go get Rugged Hoodlums and I'll resolve it. And it says, remember to resolve a normal Night Raids card afterwards. Oh, wow. So you're doing another one? Wow. Okay, that's pretty bad. Okay, well, Rugged Hoodlums. Well, there they are. Jesus! Wow, okay, that's bad. And I have to do another one after that. Okay, so Rugged Hoodlums. Well, first of all, I got to give somebody a wound. I knew I should have got the bandages. Damn it. If I was playing alone, I would backtrack. But I'm not alone. I'm with you guys. Okay, so give someone a wound. Okay, so who's on guard duty? I've got Arika and Roman. So these guys. If any character in the group is wounded at level 3, he gets miserable. So I guess I should wound him. But if he's wounded at 2 or 3, he gets miserable. But this is only... Okay, you know what? I'm going to give it to her. Yeah, let's do that. Okay, so she's wounded at 1. And now we got to deal with the Rugged Hoodlums. Okay, now let's check this out first, because I do have this. Play during any combat. Well, this here at the bottom. Play during the night raid phase. Are we at the night raid phase? Yes, because it's at the beginning of the night raids phase. So we are in that. If the character on guard duty has a hatchet, automatically ignore one night raid card. We could just ignore this. Because this is, I mean, we can look at the other ones, right? This is 6 and 3. We got 4-1, 4-4, 8-5. Oh my god. 6-2, 4-1. A lot of bad stuff in there. But, wow, that's pretty bad. Now, my best bet would be to have the person with the hatchet roll this symbol. Because if you do that with the hatchet, it stops the card. It just deletes it, basically. Okay, here's my thinking. I know that this card is bad. So maybe I stop it with this. The next one, I don't know if it's bad. It's probably bad, but it could be not too bad. You know what I mean? So maybe I think I'll stop it with that. And the other one, then I'll just chance it with the die. Okay, let's do that. So I'm playing this dead on to cancel this card. And it says afterwards, shuffle this card back into Night Raid's deck. I don't like to shuffle it in right away. I don't think it's thematically right. So let's just put it on the side here and let's draw another one. Oh, starving people. Okay, that's actually okay. I mean, bad for them, but... Okay, so it's 4 tokens, resources, and 1 wound. So let's roll. Let's have Roman roll. He's got a prowess of 3, so let's do that. That's actually not too bad. That's like 1, 2. I think I'm going to have him go again, because she's got a prowess of 3 as well. I want to try to hit that axe. Yeah, let's do it. So, let's do it. Oh, but that's 3. Okay, I'm going to stop there. Okay, so that's 1, 2, 3. All right, so we're blocking 3 of something, and then Arika can go. Now, she does not have the hatchet, so this does nothing for her, okay? So that's number 1. Number 2. I'm going to chance it again. How many hits do we have here? 1, 2, 3. 1 chance on 2, basically. Is that it? Yeah, 1 out of 2. Oh, crap on a cracker. Okay, this you cannot resolve here. This is only when you're fighting, not when you're night raiding. So this is bad though. Okay, so what's going to happen is we're going to lose. I mean, we'll use one of these, right? Well, one of these 3 to block the wound. So it brings them down to 2. And now they're going to have to get some tokens here. So when I'm blocking 2, so 2 are left. They're taking these 2 pieces of wood. I mean, it's not the end of the world, but it could have gone worse. It could have gone worse. And for the life of me, I should have gotten not the food, the bandages. Of course the bandages. But I wasn't expecting 2 night raids card. I mean, come on. And then it says remove this from the game, actually. This goes back in the deck, so fine. Let's just shove it back here for now. Okay. And then this thing over here, it says place this card face down at the top of the time track after resolving this thing. So I'm going to put it on top of the time track all the way on the map. And it's basically just going to act as a buffer just to push cards along, I think. Okay, so Night Raids is done. Let's go to the Dawn phase and the Fate card and all that jazz. Okay, now before we before we draw these cards here, we got to read this thing here. But actually it says at the end of the Dawn phase. Okay, but essentially it says if the media coverage token is on a highlighted space of the media coverage track or has advanced through such a space this day, resolve the corresponding script. Okay, so when it hits the coverage thing, you don't do it right away. You only do it at the Dawn phase. Okay, but this is not going to happen today. So, okay, so our people actually have come back, right? And this is the stuff that they brought back with them. And this is folded up. I don't like that. Okay, let's check this out. We've got raise the illness of all ill characters. Good thing nobody's ill. Heal the wounds of all characters who... good. I mean, I can't heal it. Hey, you see, if I had demands, I could have. But at least it's not going up. So that's good. Discard bandage tokens, okay. If cold minus board ups equals 1 or more. We have 3 cold up there, and we have 3 board ups, so we're good. Then it says discard all engagement tokens from the map. Engagement? Now you see, we've got this here. Engagement tokens are used to represent pitched battles between Viceni rebels and Grozny soldiers. Whenever soldier miniatures of both sides ends up in the same district, Ah, so I guess black and white. Okay. As a result of soldier movement or new soldiers being introduced on the map, an engagement token should be placed on a given district, and both soldier miniatures in the district should be removed from the map. Okay. Soldier miniatures cannot enter or be placed in districts with engagement tokens. This has never happened to me, so I guess I never drew this card in Act 1, like, at all. Okay, cool. So, I mean, if ever these guys fight, basically it gives us a space that we can just go through. Like, they can't go through because they're fighting, but we can go through. I guess that's cool, but like I said, it's never happened. So, and then it says move each white soldier 1 district and each black soldier 1 district. We only have white on the map. Let's move them right away. So you have to follow these arrows. So he's a white soldier. He's got a white arrow going that way. So 1 district, he goes over here. And this guy is going to go, oh, actually, to our location. Okay. And like I said, no black soldiers. Okay, and then it says resolve weight tokens, then discard them. We do have a weight token on the on this thing over here, the deadfall trap, and it is an improved deadfall trap. So we remove this and the chems. Now the idea is to roll high if we can, but we do add +3, so that's pretty good. Let's do it. So 3 + 3 is 6. That's 1 raw food. I mean, still, it's better than a swift kick in the pants. So there we go. Okay, I'll put this back up here. We don't have any more weight tokens. And Resolve Spirit C. Oh my god, that never happens. Okay, so C. If Roman is wounded or ill, he is not. If Katya is wounded, she is not. If Bruno is wounded, he is not. And no effect. I love me some no effect. Okay, that's cool. So this is done. And next we need to draw 2 narrative action cards. And these would be, let's say this one. And, I hate that one. And this one. So only the 2 of us. This is a reward from playing a mission in the other expansion. Not really a spoiler. Basically, play during the day actions phase. If all characters from the group are present in the shelter and the group consists of exactly only 2 characters. So only if you're 2 characters you can actually use this. And this does choose any one state of each character and lower it by 1. So I don't think it's going to happen, right? Because we have 4 people. Night Owl, I think it's cool. Play at the beginning of the evening phase. Choose a character. This character may now perform all of their actions again as if it was the day actions phase. This is extremely useful. Yes, so I'm keeping that for sure. And yeah, that's that. So this will get shuffled back into the deck. Hopefully I never see it again. All right, so there we go. So it's now time to actually move on to the second day. If you've enjoyed this video, please consider hitting the like button down below. Now, I know it seems like a very small thing to do, but it actually does help the channel when you do that. And if ever you should find yourself in a super generous mood, well, I do accept donations via PayPal. And anything you give, big or small, will help keep me going.